Now, one of them is literally never messed with. They don't yell, they don't pick fights, they just kind of exist. And everyone just naturally respects them. But the other person? Man, they get disrespected constantly. They're always interrupted, talked over, and just treated like a total afterthought. Same room, same people, but an entirely different reality.
So why does that happen? Why does some command respect while others are ignored? If you've ever felt like that second person, the one who gets canceled on at the very last minute, or the one who has to force a fake smile through jokes made at your expense, you know exactly how much it stings. You feel invisible, like you just don't matter at all. But here's the really hard truth that we all need to hear. Disrespect isn't just random. It doesn't just fall out of the sky. It happens because of invisible, totally unintentional signals that we send out into the room. Signals that quietly whisper to people, hey, it's actually okay to treat me badly.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're looking at a really stark contrast between two realities here, the respected versus the doormat. And the crazy thing is, to shift yourself from the doormat to the respected, you absolutely don't need to become loud or mean or arrogant. You simply have to stop sending those unintentional signals that make you look weak. So today we're going to break down exactly how to pull this off by stopping 4 very specific behaviors.
Let's start with number 1, the core fix. Name it and go silent.
This is absolutely crucial. Probably the most powerful technique in this entire explainer, stopping the massive mistake of reacting big when someone disrespects you. Think about the old way we usually handle things. When someone is disrespectful, most of us instantly get upset, right? We defend ourselves, we try to explain why the disrespect is wrong, we react big. And that is exactly the problem. When you react big, you're showing the other person that they got you. You are literally handing your power over to them. And human nature pretty much dictates that people are going to keep doing things that give them power. But the new way, it flips this completely. You don't blow up, but you also don't let it slide. You do something wildly more effective.
The absolute secret to flipping this dynamic lies in a phrase of sheer simplicity. That was disrespectful. The source material actually shares this fascinating anecdote about a friend who would constantly make fun of the author's job in front of a group, calling him a burger flipper. Now, for a long time, the author just laughed along, trying to play it cool. But one day he stopped. He looked right at the friend, didn't smile, didn't laugh, and just calmly delivered these exact words. That was disrespectful.
And then he deployed the ultimate secret weapon. He just stopped talking. Complete dead air. Now, I know using actual silence sounds terrifying, but the psychological impact is incredibly powerful. When you use silence, you aren't playing their game, you aren't getting all emotional, you're just calmly stating a fact, like you're reading off a menu, and then forcing that person to sit in the awkward, incredibly uncomfortable silence of what they just did. In the anecdote, the entire group went completely quiet, the friend apologized immediately, and get this, he never made the joke again.
So the crucial point is right here in this simple 3-step formula. 1, notice the disrespect. 2, name it calmly. You can say that's disrespectful, that's rude, or I don't appreciate that. And 3, go completely quiet. It totally shatters their game. I really want you to try this the very next time someone crosses the line and literally watch their face change as they realize they have zero power over you.
All right, so now that we've got the immediate reaction down, we need to shift our energy to a subtler habit. Number 2, reclaiming your time, the availability trap.
Have you ever stopped to think about doctors for a second? Like, why do they always make you sit in a waiting room? It's because their time is highly valuable. You wait for them, they don't wait for you. And honestly, whether you realize it or not, you respect them way more because of it. On the flip side, think about that person who is always free, who answers every single text in 3 seconds flat and is just always available. Do you naturally respect their time? Usually the answer is no, because they don't act like their time is actually valuable.
Let's see how this builds into your everyday communication. If you get a text and you answer it instantly, even at like 11 p.m., you are basically acting like your time is garbage. And guess what? People will treat it like garbage. Instead, you need to delay your response. Wait an hour, maybe wait 2 hours. Not to play petty mind games, but to signal that you have a life that doesn't just screech to a halt the second someone demands your attention. You really have to train people to respect your schedule.
And hey, it's not just about texting either. When someone asks you for a favor, honestly, never give an instant yes. Always say something like, "Let me check and I'll let you know." Making people wait, even just a tiny bit, completely rewires how they value you. They'll actually start saying, "Thanks so much for making time," instead of just demanding it from you. Your time is literally the most valuable asset you own. It's time to start acting like it.
This brings us right to number 3. Immediate boundaries. Stop accepting bad treatment.
So many of us just silently accept poor treatment because, well, our internal fear is that speaking up will cause problems or make things super uncomfortable. But we need to look at the reality here. When you just accept bad treatment, you are teaching the other person that there are absolutely no consequences for how they treat you. The real problem isn't the temporary discomfort of speaking up. It's the harsh reality of staying quiet, building up all this toxic resentment for months, and ultimately just hating yourself for acting like a weak doormat.
The solution here is immediate, calm pushback. Let's look at these real-life scenarios. If a friend cancels on you last minute for the third time, you don't just say, "Oh, it's okay, no worries." You say, "This is the third time. That's really not okay." If a coworker takes credit for your work in a meeting, you don't just seethe in silence at your desk. You say, "Actually, I did that work. Please give credit where it's due." If a family member makes a rude comment, you shut it down right then. I don't like when you say that. It's not aggressive at all. It's just clear, direct, and immediate.
The source text shares a really awesome example of this. A coworker used to just dump his work on the author every single week, saying, "Hey, can you handle this real quick?" And the author did it for months, just to avoid seeming difficult. But finally, he established a firm boundary. The very next time it happened, he just said, "No, that's your job. I'm not doing it." The coworker tried to push back, but the author held firm. And the result? The coworker stopped asking, actually started doing his own work, and respected him way more. People respect boundaries, for sure, even when they push against them at first.
Now we arrive at the final, and perhaps the absolute hardest psychological shift. Number 4, own your worth quietly. Stop proving yourself.
Whenever someone doubts us, our totally natural old instinct is to over-explain. Someone questions your idea, and you immediately launch into this desperate 10-minute defense, listing off every achievement you've ever had just to prove you know what you're talking about. But guys, that sends a massive signal of weakness. It basically tells people you don't even believe you are enough. The new way leans into the absolute power of quiet confidence. Someone questions you, and you just calmly say, "I believe this is the right move," or "I'm comfortable with my decision." No panicked explanation, no scrambling for proof. You see, confidence is fiercely contagious. When you act like you constantly need to earn respect, people are going to make you keep earning it forever. But when you act like you already deserve it, people simply believe you. You don't owe anyone a frantic explanation for your choices. You don't owe anyone a running resume of your value. You just exist, and that is enough.
Which brings us to number 5, stripping away the weakness, your action plan. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole point. Gaining respect isn't about learning a bunch of complex new social skills. It's actually about stripping away the old, weak habits that are currently covering up your strong, true self. So here is your action plan. We have 4 behaviors to stop. Stop reacting big and use the incredible power of silence instead. Stop being instantly available and truly value your own time. Stop accepting bad treatment by setting immediate boundaries. And stop proving yourself with endless explanations. I want to challenge you right now. Pick just one of these to try today. Catch yourself doing the old behavior, stop, and pivot to the new one.
To put this all into perspective, it only took the original creator 3 months, just 3 months, to go from a complete doormat to being deeply respected by everyone in his life using these exact behavioral shifts. He didn't magically become a different person. He just stopped doing the things that made him look weak.
Which leaves us with one final provocative thought. The respect you want is already yours to take. You already deserve it. The question is, will you stop waiting for permission to be respected and start acting like it right now? Seriously, try that calm silence the very next time someone crosses the line. Just say,